Loving God,
How
help
can we be?
us when we cannot possibly conceive what you intend, when we are timid and unsure, when our earthly concerns weigh down the mind and we scarcely guess them, let alone the things of heaven. Loving God, make straight our path. Many years ago, when I was a child and my dad still a young father, our parish priest, Father Torpy, pulled my dad aside and told him about a project he needed done. The temporary pews installed when the church was first built were ready to be replaced by the permanent pews that were about to be delivered. Father Torpy confided his observation that anything done well would be done by a small, concentrated, dedicated group. And so he asked my dad, and it got done. Our gospel today also winnowed down the many to the few, although for a much, much more important and profound mission. It says that great crowds were traveling with Jesus, and he turned and addressed them. Great crowds. Jesus was thinking about the work ahead. See, this gospel takes place at the halfway point on his journey to Jerusalem and his death. And at this point, he's already told the disciples he would die. He has already taught by word and example the radical generosity of God's love. And it is a reversal of human understanding. It lifts up the hungry, the stranger, the sick, the imprisoned, the outcast, and it levels the playing field. He's already described it as a banquet where everyone has a seat at the table, everyone. And great crowds were traveling with him. They imagined that Jesus, empowered by a powerful God, would magically make all this happen. And they wanted a front row seat when it did. And who wouldn't? But Jesus knew. Jesus knew that there would be no magic show. He knew the full cost of discipleship, and he knew that it would need to be accomplished with human effort, human love, human understanding, human life. And so he addressed the great crowds with great love. He knew them. He loved them, all of them. And he'd already planted in their hearts his message of unconditional forgiveness. But now he needed to address those who were ready to hear the difficult details of the task ahead. Over the centuries, many have heard and responded to that very difficult message. Some of us know them by name, most of us. Martin Luther King, Dorothy Day, Dietrich Bonhoeffer, Mother Teresa, Harvey Milk, the list goes on. But others' names are unknown to us. In his book, Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl writes this about the Holocaust. He says, "We who have come back by the aid of many, we know the best of us did not return." This was Jesus' message to the disciples, those who were ready to say, this mission is more important than anything else, more important than family, which is saying a lot because we know Jesus loved family. More important than any one individual life, more important because its message of radical inclusion, radical peace lifts up every life. Every life. And Jesus wanted us to know very clearly what it costs, so that no one follows him under false pretenses. He does not want us to get halfway through building a tower and have to abandon it, or go charging into battle without the troops we need to prevail. And if all that sounds overly dramatic, then maybe we are not paying attention to what's going on in our world right now. Some of us have heard and are hearing the call, even as we speak, or soon will. And also, what about the rest of us? The rest of the many, many crowds? This call is not for everyone. And that is clearly what he's telling us. There are not a lot of people who have what it takes to shoulder the cross in this way. But that does not mean the rest of us are lost. How could it mean that? He means to lift up everyone. It is for the rest of us and all of us that he took the weight of the cross upon himself. If we cannot respond to the call as he has laid it out, he will carry us on that cross too. He just wants us to hear the call and not take it for granted. He just wants us to know the cost.